You are watching Dreadflix, and we have started series of real-life haunted and creepy stories. If you have one, contact us. Our today's real-life story is about Amityville Horror. We will not only tell you the story, but also the hidden facts about this story. Some scary stories just won't go away, and the Amityville Horror is a prime example. This tale revolves around a supposedly haunted house in Amityville, New York. It gained fame as a best-selling book in 1977 and a popular horror movie in 1979. More movies followed, including a 3D version, and a remake came out in 2005 with Ryan Reynolds and Melissa George. What made the original Amityville Horror intriguing was the claim that it was based on real events. The producers of the 2005 remake were also drawn to the story because it was supposedly true. Co-producer Andrew Form explained, "We were looking for truth in horror." Melissa George, one of the actors, liked the idea of being in a scary movie based on a famous book and a well-known part of history. But in reality, the story wasn't true. The whole story started with a book by Jay Anson in 1977 called The Amityville Horror, A True Story. Anson, a writer, wasn't part of the haunted house, but was hired to write about events that supposedly happened there a few years earlier. The story began with a tragic event on November 13, 1974, when 6 members of a family in Amityville were killed. The parents and their 4 children were shot while they slept. The only surviving family member was arrested, convicted, and sent to prison. The house where this terrible incident occurred was later put up for sale. A new family, the Lutzes, moved in the following year. They claimed strange and terrifying things started happening in the house. The Lutzes said that doors were ripped off, cabinets slammed shut, and strange things like green slime and insects appeared. They also spoke of a demonic face and eerie occurrences. They even brought in self-proclaimed ghost hunters and psychics who agreed that the house had a demonic spirit. They eventually left the house and collaborated with Anson on his book. However, many doubted the story. A researcher named Rick Moran found over 100 discrepancies between the events described in Anson's book and the actual truth. The 2005 remake included more details from Anson's book, like stories about Native Americans and devil-worshipping settlers, but experts showed that these stories were not accurate. Joe Nickel, who studied paranormal claims, also found problems with the Amityville story. For instance, the Lutzes claimed to see a hoofprint in the snow from a demon, but weather records proved there was no snowfall. They also said the house's locks and hardware were damaged, but they were actually untouched. The truth came out when Butch DeFeo's lawyer admitted that he, along with the Lutzes, had made up the horror story. The house wasn't haunted. They had created the terrifying experiences. Jay Anson added to the tale in his book, and by the time the story reached the movies, any truth had been lost. Although the Lutzes made money from their story, it's now clear that it was a hoax. The Amityville Horror story was likely influenced by another fictional story, The Exorcist. The Lutzes' claims embarrassed those who had verified their story, like ghost hunters and psychics. Even now, many people don't know that the Amityville Horror was a hoax. The real victims in this story are the murdered DeFeo family and the subsequent occupants of the house who faced harassment from curious visitors. Despite the truth being revealed, the story's allure continues. If you enjoyed this story and want to hear more, please subscribe to our channel and leave us your feedback. We'd love to hear your suggestions and ideas for future videos.